Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner for my Quick Tip Thursday. And this is episode number 26. And I'm going to show you what I took to Gail Augustinelli's retreat. I'm going to show you that you don't have to pack all that much to have more than enough to do at a retreat. But here's some of the people that commented on my last video. And this sneaky little girl here, Carol Powers, she messaged Gail. She was in Montana, but some miles away, and she asked Gail if she could meet us for lunch. And I was sitting at the table with my back to the door, and all of a sudden I hear Gail say, "I just want to introduce my friend Carol Powers." I mean, Carol comments on every single one of my videos, so I knew her name. And when I heard that, I wish somebody had filmed it, because literally I jumped up, turned around, and like went crazy. It was so much to meet you, Carol. What fun, what fun. And then this gal, she didn't give me her full name, but she said she's a new subby. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. And let me get started on showing you what I took to the retreat. These are the only things that I packed to take to Gail Augustinelli's retreat. I'm going to go through them a little bit just so that you can see that you don't need to pack up your entire craft room when you go to a retreat. I had more than enough to create a journal, and I'm going to show you that. So this is what I started with, was one of those 13-inch by 13-inch boxes. And I filled it to the hilt. And here's some of the things I put in it. Ledger paper. Now, some of this ledger paper I did get at the retreat, but some of it is my own. I did pull together some blank pages to back tags that I made. Let me just pull that off. Again, just some plain old papers. Let's see what else is in here. I think I have one. I'm going to have to search for them, but I do have one masterboard that is just plain neutral that I packed, but just a lot of plain paper to back. Yeah, I do see it now. Here's a part of a digital. This is from Triple V Vintage, Vern, and I did buy some paper from her while I was there. But some of these are from my own stash. This is some of the straw paper from Rachel. And like I said, here was a couple of pages of masterboards that I did. So I had more than enough of just simple, plain paper to back tags and journaling cards and what have you with. Then I just real quick grabbed 2 sheets from the sticker books where I coffee stain them, and I had those. Here is a music book. Now, I did get this at the retreat. Many of you may know that Gail worked at a college and something about they were getting rid of some music from the music department, and so she had tons of music paper, and this was nice and thin, so I grabbed that. I had a couple of dark sheets of cardstock, and then just some various kind of brown papers that would go with the journal. Then I packed my mini scoreboard. This is called a Score Buddy. Again, a couple of more pieces of black cardstock and plain cardstock. I packed my labels. Remember, you've seen me do this where I take book page and I just put gold edging around them and put them in a small envelope. So I took those. I took a couple of pages that are in my Etsy store. They're a digital kit, and they've got different fonts of letters. So I took those. I did stitch my journal, so I took a small little kit of just 4 large paper clips, my awl, my sewing needles for sewing the journal, and then 1 extra blade for my paper cutter. I packed my tiny attacher. I packed a pencil. Because I was making what I thought was going to be a Christmas journal, it actually is turning out to be more of a prayer journal. And I will show you this in just a minute, but I did pack a lot of digitals that had to do with Christ. And so, like I said, I thought it was going to be a Christmas journal, but it's more of a prayer journal. You guys have seen me do this where you take a digital. This is just a digital. And I take one of my dies that has a lacy border, and I die cut around it so that they look like the authentic prayer cards that they used to have. And so I have some of those that, like I said, I put in an envelope, that I put into an envelope. You've seen me do this too, where I take one of those prayer cards, I put some lace behind it, but then I add an additional piece of plain paper so that it's a journaling card, but then you have this beautiful lace around it. And then just a couple of other pictures. This kit is from Paper Cameo, and it is their Ave Maria kit. Let's see, I brought a new pair of scissors. These are the ones that you use for cutting something to make it look like a postage stamp. I learned this recently from someone. Let's see if I can do it on this little post-it note so you can see these. These are hair trimming scissors for thinning hair, and look at how neat that makes that. I got these off of Amazon. I will try to remember to link them for you guys. So I packed those. I packed 1 brush because I did pack a little bit of Mod Podge with water and coffee because I needed to do a little collaging with rice paper. So I only have 1 brush. This is a toothbrush that I use to clean out the grooves of my paper cutter. I packed 1 pokey tool. I'm going to set the journal off to the side, I packed only 2 rulers, my tear ruler and then my Tim Holtz ruler. And I'm putting stuff away as I show you this stuff. And then I went through my lace and I just cut little pieces. Here's a piece of scrap paper, but just small pieces of lace that would go with the journal. Now, there was some lace there that was white, so I took a little bit of my leftover coffee and I just dyed that. I've got a little brown, a little black. Here's just a piece of just plain lace. So anyway, I packed things that I thought would go with the journal. And you can see I did use quite a bit of it, but quite a bit I brought home. So you don't need to bring the entire roll of lace. So I'm going to set that over to the side. And that piece of paper. And then again, I did throw in again a few more images from books that would go with the journal. Like I said, I thought it was going to be a December daily. And so I put these numbers in there, but I didn't use them. I packed just a couple of postcards. Again, I didn't use them, but I had them. But I didn't need much, is basically what I'm saying here. I had already made from the digital kit a couple of tags that I can still put in the journal. There's one. And here's the other one. So I'm still decorating the journal, so I've got a little time to still put these in there. Where's my little opening there? Oh, this is one of those that will glue on a page. Oh, yeah. So this will glue on the page, and then it will flip out. Okay, and so you could journal there, and then it flips out. I forgot about that. So let's put that in there. I know it goes in there. Okay, so off to the side with that. I did put in a couple of bags. This is one that I decoupaged with some of the rice paper, so I have that available. This one I didn't decorate yet. I had a small envelope, and I will show you a little bit more of the kit, but here's the small bits that came with the kit, and they're just all in there. And I do like to put those things in a little pouch like this, so when I know I need something small to go on a page in the journal, they're right there, and I don't have to go thumbing through a lot. Here's another thing that I had made previously, because I've already made one journal using this kit, Ave Maria from Paper Cameo. And so I had that available. Another little plastic bag. This was given to me. This is on like, it's either vellum or tracing paper. It feels like vellum, but this was from my friend Jessie from Studio 717. Go over and check out her channel. I'm not sure if this kit is in her store yet, but she knew I liked this kind of image, this Renaissance image. So it may be a kit that she's still working on. Again, just a little bit of extra paper, an extra glassine bag. This was an idea from Eve Spade, And that is the name of her YouTube channel. But I love how she sewed both sides. She took just an 8.5, or is it 8.5 by 11? Yeah. She folded it up. She sewed both sides, this side and this side. Then she tore down the middle and then just kind of creased it up. And so that's hers. She gave me one, and then I made one. Looks like hers is a little bit shorter. So she must have used a smaller piece of paper. But this paper is from Vern over at Triple V Vintage. And I bought several coffee stained papers from her, but I also bought these tags. And then here is the leftover rice paper that I had that I didn't end up using. And then this was a freebie. There was a table for free stuff, and I grabbed these for a Christmas journal. I thought, oh, those are cool. I love those. And I will be able to use those scissors that make it look like a postage stamp. And then that will be cool. Let's see what I have in here. I can't even remember. Let's see. Oh, we did one night where we sat around and everybody fussy cut. So those are the fussy cut things that I did. So this was the main things that I had in this box. Now I'm going to stop the camera, clear this off, then I'll show you what else I packed. Now the next thing I packed was this little travel caddy. And it fit. I took one suitcase. That's it. One suitcase for my crafting supplies and my clothes. I didn't tell you that. One suitcase is all. But I took my whale tail punch. That fit down in there. I took only one circle punch, 1¼ inch. That fit down in there. And then I took my corner rounder, and that fit down in there. And then in here, I also added some more things, but I'm going to move this caddy out of the way. Now, we did take a small trip to Hobby Lobby, and I felt like I needed something else on my desk for like my big glue. I did take one big thing of 3-in-1 glue, and then I took only this of my art glitter glue and this of my Beacons 3-in-1 glue, because I mostly use these two glues, but I did want to be able to refill this. And then I'm going to set these over here so they're out of the way. And then I took 2 of my Target glue sticks. Now, because it's so hot in Phoenix right now, I gave these that I had left over to Lynn because I didn't want them to melt. Oh, and I think this is a brand new bottle of 3-in-1. I think I gave her the rest. I think it was only about that much of my 3-in-1. So I did buy this little caddy at Hobby Lobby. I need this like I need a hole in my head here in Arizona, but it was quite helpful at the retreat. What I took for paper is this. I filled one envelope with music and book page, both Italian, French, German, and that's all. That's all I took of that. I didn't bring a ton. Oh, that's Hebrew. Again, because it matched the journal. So that's all I have left of that. And then I packed a little envelope of things like my faux Scotch tape. I did throw in a couple of images of things that I, Christmas cards that I thought I might, because again, I thought I was making a Christmas journal, but it's a prayer journal instead. I threw those in there. A little of my mark making, a tiny bit of gel printing, again, colors that would kind of go with the journal. Let's see. I think I have just a tiny bit of my, well, this is coffee stained tracing paper, and this is my faux rice paper. I think this is just some tissue paper and some jelly printing, but that's all I brought of that kind of paper. And then the kit I brought, I'm going to show you it. Now, this is some of the things that I printed out, but just real quick, and I went ahead and backed them. So I could, because I didn't even use this, I knew I wanted to make a 6-fold journal, but I didn't know if I would need to have enough stuff to make another journal. So I already have printed out everything I need to make another one of another journal using this kit. So it's all set and ready to go. I only brought the one kit, and then there's an add-on kit. Let me turn this over so it'll slide in there. And then the add-on kit is here. And again, I had gone ahead and printed some of it on the back, since it was going to be the 6-fold journal. You guys have seen this, and I'll show you again in a little bit how it opens up, and then it goes, you know, you flip it over, and then you have another couple of journals here, and then you flip it the other way, and you've got 2 journals there. I printed a lot of the add-on kit, 4 to a page or 2 to a page, so that I would have small images. So I brought that, and then I already had an envelope with scraps from the previous journal I had made using the kit. So these are all just little scraps for embellishments. So that's all the paper I took with me. And you can see, because it's in these envelopes, they lay pretty flat, and it's nice and compact in your suitcase. Let me set this over to the side. I did pack 5 bottles of Nuvo drops. I ended up using this blue. I never did use this one, again, because it matches a lot of the journal, but I ended up only using that one. And I used a little bit of the gold, but again, it doesn't take up a ton of room, so that was okay. Then I have this little box that helped, again, colors that would go with the journal. Let me pull that forward. Just a little bit of ribbon here, some Stampin' Up! Ribbon. This was given to me at the retreat. This was something on the giveaway table. I liked the little cross on there. It has a green background. I don't think it really goes, but I liked the little cross, so I took that. And then I took some gold trims, again, because there's a lot of gold in this kit. So I do have that. Just a little scrap of a paper I had. I did use this, just a tiny little bit more of an embellishment, some more kind of goldish colors. There is one picture in the kit that has a little bit of red. I never ended up using that. This was given to me, I think, at the retreat. It's just a little bit of black. Again, I just added a little bit of gold things that I thought I might use, but I didn't use them all. So you don't, even though I thought I might, I didn't. You know, there's still more. There was a little bit of pink in the journal, so you don't have to pack a ton. 2 different sizes of the velvet tape. Now, this journal is not done yet. I still have a lot of work to do on it, so it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna still use some of this stuff. But again, just lots of trims that were gold, and then just a little bit of blue because they go with the journal. So let me put this off to the side. Yeah, that was a fun little scrap. I love those. So that was compact in my suitcase. And then I had this little box. Now, in this box and in one other little bag, I did bring 3 pairs of scissors. My new big Tim Holtz scissors that the jury's still out on those. They are comfortable, so I'm going to go ahead and put those away. And then my just small little paper snips from Stampin' Up. And then my tiny little fussy cut scissors that I got from Rachel from Roxy Creations. So we'll go ahead and put those away. And then I have this little box. I just have my vintage photo stamp and 1 ink pad. That's all I brought. Some of these things here I got at the retreat. I forgot to pack ivory lace and stuff. I had plenty of gold. I remembered to pack that, but I forgot to do the ivory. But on the giveaway table, there was a lot of this kind of stuff. So once again, I just coffee stained it myself. I did use some of it, so I'm going to have to put it in a bag to get rid of the heavy coffee smell, but you know, I had that. I only packed 2 stamps. That was it. They are just little stamps to make things look like there's a little coffee stain or circle stain on it, and just blotches of like a brown color. That's all I took as far as stamps. Oh, sorry for that loud noise. I took 1 bone folder. This was a little envelope that was on the giveaway table. I thought I might use that. And then here is the fabrics I took. I did use some of them, just some clusters that were black and gold and what have you. Again, some of the blues, let me move this out of the way. Some of the blues that go with the kit, I did pack a few of those. Again, I just would take a strip or 2. That's it. This was on the giveaway table. I did like that. Let's see. And then these were just 2 strips of fabric that I had coffee stained. Again, that's all I took as far as fabric to the retreat. And then before I left, I punched out some whale tail tabs and some of these other little tabs. And I threw in a few little things. Here's some labels and little circle things that I got from Jessie from Studio 717. That's a little butterfly I got from, there goes my brain. The name almost came out and then it went away. It will come to me. But, oh my heavens, you guys. So again, some whale tail punches, some things that I didn't even use. These are some clusters that I sewed. We were at a quilting retreat and I did pick up, I needed a couple of these pins. So I did pick up a couple of those. They had just this massive, huge jar of those. I had messaged one of the gals and said, are you bringing your crocodile? And they said, yes, gals that lived in the town. Gail brought hers. She lives in town. And I think Vern from Triple V Vintage, she was bringing hers. So all I did was just throw a few eyelets that were the colors I was going to use in a little container, because I thought if they're going to bring their crocodiles, I don't need to bring mine. That butterfly's from Eve Spade. Oh, I knew it would eventually come back to me. And then I went through my stash and I just pulled out some of the washi tapes that would go with the journal. Not every piece of washi tape, but all of these kind of go with the journal. This was on the giveaway table, so I picked that up while I was there, but all of these washis are from my stash, so those are the only washis that I brought. I did bring these little, small little pearls, but I never even used them. Here's another little pin off to the side. And then this is the retreat house that we stayed at, and this is a little keychain that the lady gave us. So this is going to go on my travel tree. Mount Helena Quilt Retreat. And look, there's a little sewing machine on it. Is that not the cutest? And then the state of Montana, and there's the address with the phone number. I'm going to hold it up for you guys, but I will take this part off that makes it look like a key ring, and I will thread something in there that will make it not look so much like a key ring, and that will go on my travel tree. Let's see what, oh, and then I even packed some gold little dimensional dots, and I never used those. Okay, so that's it. And my paper cutter. That's all I packed. Now let me put this away and I'll do a quick flip through of the journal so you can see what I worked on. Now remember, the journal is not complete. I just want to kind of show you real quick what I did at the retreat. Remember, it's a 6-fold journal. So this is your first journal. And you can see I do have some of the pages embellished, but there's still quite a few that need to be done. That flips out like that. I have a small tag like that, an envelope there. That's journal number 1. Number 2 opens up this way. Little card in there, an envelope there. Okay, that's journal number 2. Then you pick it up and you turn it over, okay? And then this is journal number 3. I love making this journal because I haven't seen too many people make it. So I like it because it's different. And I still, like I said, have a lot of work to do on it. So this is journal number 4, or fold, because it's one complete journal. Oh, this was fun. And I think Gail is going to do a tutorial on this, but we learned this from Libby. It's 2 Rolodex cards that you decorate, and I may even do a tutorial on it too. But do you see how the music paper matches up here? The script matches up here, and this part of the paper matches up. Now, Libby had it to where this was not glued down. I came up with that idea. I thought you would just journal here and this would be stuck down. But isn't that a cool idea? Thank you, Libby. And so that is number 4. And then number 5, let's see if I have it the correct way. I do. So this is number 5. Just some nice little flips out and tucks. This is some of Vern's coffee stained paper. So again, triple V vintage. Don't worry about coffee staining your own paper. Vern's got the best out there. This was also from Studio 717, Jesse, my friend. So anyway, like I said, I've got lots still to do. I need to add a paper clip there. So that's journal number 5. And then 6 just goes this way. I will do a full flip through when I'm done with this journal. And like all of my journals, it will be for sale. It makes, oh, here's the other one like that. Isn't that fun? Oh, I just love that. So it will be for sale unless somebody says in advance that they would like it. You know, you just let me know. But anyway, that's what I did at the retreat. And again, basically, my point is take one kit, the supplies you need to make one journal, color coordinated if that's your thing, which it is my thing. And you don't have to pack a ton to go to a retreat and still complete something beautiful. Oh, and by the way, I didn't tell you guys this. So you guys know, because the internet software glitch that happened, I think Thursday night or Friday, whatever night it was, I was supposed to fly home on Sunday. But remember, most of Delta's flights were grounded because of that glitch. So 3 of us were flying Delta, and we had to extend. Oh, poor us. We had to extend staying at the retreat house until yesterday. I came home yesterday, Tuesday. I know Libby wasn't coming home until Wednesday. So we stayed 2 more days at the retreat house. I showed you the keychain of the retreat house person. They were absolutely lovely. They let us stay there at the retreat house for a reasonable price. Gail stayed, and Lynn, who also lives in Montana, came back every day and crafted with us. So there were 5 of us that crafted for 2 more days. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I will link the Scissors, Vern's channel, Jesse, Lori, Eve, Paper Cameo, Gail, and anybody else that I can remember in the description box. Thanks, guys, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.